There is nothing better than homegrown produce, especially carrots. It is a delicious and cost-efficient way of producing healthy, colorful foods for you and your family. But maybe you think you don't have the space, or that you don't want to dig up your backyard. That's okay, why not try growing those carrots in containers? It is a fantastic idea, especially if you're short on space, or just want to keep things neat and manageable. Container gardening is perfect for balconies, patios, or even a sunny windowsill, and carrots are one of those veggies that actually thrive in the right setup. Trust me, it's not as tricky as some folks make it out to be. With a little planning and a few key tips, you'll be surprised at how easy and rewarding it can be to grow your own carrots, even if you've never gardened before. You don't need a sprawling backyard or fancy tools, just a few containers, some seeds, and a bit of know-how. In fact, container gardening can be less work than traditional gardening, since you have more control over the environment and fewer weeds to worry about. Let's talk containers first. Carrots need depth, not width. The deeper the container, the better your carrots will grow, because their roots need plenty of space to stretch down and develop properly. So skip those shallow trays and pull out something that's at least a foot deep. If you're using a bucket, a tall planter, or even a repurposed storage bin, just make sure it's got enough depth for those roots to grow long and straight. Look at the packet of seeds you have. What is the variety? What is the depth it says those roots grow to? Find a pot at least that deep with another inch or two for clearance. That gives those roots room to stretch out and grow straight. If your container is too shallow, you'll end up with short, stubby carrots that just don't look or taste as good as they could. I've tried using shallow pots before, and all I got were stubby, twisted little carrots. Not exactly what you want for your salad. Deep containers really do make all the difference, so don't skimp on this step. Now, soil is your secret weapon. Forget heavy garden dirt. Carrots are root vegetables, so the soil they grow in is super important for their shape and flavor. Grab a loose, fluffy potting mix, something well-draining with a bit of sand mixed in if you can swing it. The lighter and airier the soil, the easier it is for those delicate roots to push through and grow long and straight. Compacted or clay-heavy soil just makes carrots fork and split. You'll end up with weird shapes and tough textures, which isn't what you're after, so if you want those picture-perfect straight carrots, keep your mix light and airy. It's worth taking the time to get your soil just right before you even plant a single seed. Sowing seeds, here's where patience pays off. Carrot seeds are tiny and can be a little tricky to handle, but don't rush this step. Sprinkle those tiny seeds across the surface, then cover them with a thin layer, no more than a 1/4 inch. If you bury them too deep, they'll struggle to sprout, so keep it light. Carrots are slow to germinate, maybe 2 weeks or even longer if it's chilly. Don't worry if you don't see anything right away, just keep the faith and give them time. Don't get discouraged. Keep the soil moist, but never soggy. Consistent moisture is key for even germination, but too much water can rot the seeds before they even get started. A misting bottle's your best friend at this stage. It lets you keep the soil damp without washing away those tiny seeds or compacting the soil. Seeds like a soil that is between 45 to 85 degrees Fahrenheit or 7 to 23 degrees Celsius for germination. But a soil that is around 70 degrees Fahrenheit or 21 degrees Celsius or cooler as the carrots grow. When your seedlings pop up, thin them out early. It might feel harsh, but it's essential for healthy growth. Give each carrot some elbow room, about 2 inches apart. This spacing helps each plant get enough light, nutrients, and space to grow big and sweet. I know it feels wasteful, but crowded carrots become sad, spindly things fighting for space. If you want plump, healthy carrots, don't skip the thinning step. If you have real patience, you can even try spacing the seeds when you plant them. It will save your seeds, but just know, those seeds are tiny, and this is a very time-consuming, potentially frustrating process. That is why thinning is usually your best option. Now let's chat about what not to do. Don't overwater. Too much water is just as bad as too little, and can lead to root rot or fungal problems. Carrots hate sitting in soggy soil. Make sure your container drains well. If your pot doesn't have drainage holes, add some before you plant. Also, if possible, carrots love full sun about 6 to 10 hours per day, as long as it's not too hot. Too much heat can cause stress, making the plants bolt, which means to transition into producing seed instead of delicious roots, making those roots woody. So in the heat of summer, you might try to find them some afternoon shade. Easy to do when growing in containers, right? And don't use fertilizer high in nitrogen. Too much and you'll get lots of leafy tops, but skinny roots. Instead, look for a balanced or low nitrogen fertilizer if you need to feed your plants. And for what it's worth, if you really want to get particular, carrots like soil with a pH of 6 to 6.8. Now for my last tip, be patient. Most carrots need 2 to 3 months before they're ready. The wait is worth it though, because homegrown carrots are so much sweeter and more flavorful than anything from the store. Tug one up when you think they're close, and if it looks right, harvest the rest. You'll know they're ready when the tops start to peek out of the soil and the roots feel firm. Here's a bonus tip. If you live in an area that freezes in early fall at night, leave your carrots in the ground until they have received a light frost. They have a defense mechanism to protect themselves from freezing by turning starches in the root into sugars, making them even sweeter than they would be otherwise. So there you have it, deep containers, fluffy soil, patience, and a gentle hand. Follow these steps and you'll be amazed at how easy it is to grow beautiful carrots right at home. Follow these tips and you'll be biting into sweet, crunchy, homegrown carrots before you know it. There's nothing quite like the taste of a carrot you grew yourself. Fresh, crisp, and full of flavor. Give it a try and let me know how it goes in the comments. Leave a like and subscribe for more container gardening content. Happy gardening, and may your containers be full of delicious homegrown carrots.